Welcome to MTV Breaking the Rules. MTV is celebrating its 25th birthday in style, like I plan to when I have my 25th birthday.
I think that happened about 50 years ago, Mum.
No, 60.
Hey.
Over the next 2 hours, we'll be looking back at 25 reasons why MTV has made it this far. First, it's the MTV logo, an image that is now one of the most famous in the world. But how'd they come up with it?
How did they come up with it? By drawing a big M, a big T, and a big V. That's MTV. Anybody could have done that, even me. What do these people get paid for?
Las innovadoras identificaciones de MTV han hecho que su logotipo sea uno de los íconos más exitosos del mundo.
The items were extraordinary. 30-second spots in between the videos. That was what MTV was. Music videos, an ident, more music videos. It was at the heart of what we did.
I think it was one of the most original logos of the time.
It was conventional wisdom turned upside down. You never put the big M there, you know, it just doesn't work, it is visually not correct. And then we started to sort of say to people, play around with it.
I still don't think anything's come along which is good as Dan, 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 Dan.
You don't have to look at their logo. You just see it, and you know what it is.
If you look at some of the very early idents that MTV used to put on the air, they were just weird little animations, you know, heads that eat themselves, that eat themselves, that eat themselves, that eat themselves for 10 seconds, and then MTV, you know, and there wasn't really any explanation to it, and I think that was part of why people loved it so much.
A lot of these items were made by students, young, talented students that just sent it in, and for them it was a chance to make their work known.
With us, we just said, play with it. Here's our logo, go do whatever you want, Mr. Artist, or go and play around.
You give that brief to an artist and say, do whatever you want with it, then you're going to get some good results.
And we got stuff back that tore it apart and exploded it, and had hair growing out of it, and had people's hair morph into the logo, and they were just a real expression of freedom for people.
I think the way that they play with it is really creative, and I do think some of the artists that they bring in are cutting-edge artists.
Well, it's truly global, that's for sure. There can't be anyone from one end of the earth to the other who's never heard of MTV.
It's killing me. Whoa, yes.
MTV is what I think what certain people in certain areas of the world call a super brand, and it is cool as hell.
Back in the days before there was MTV, the world was a great place, where music was presented by boring, old-fashioned DJs. Then MTV came along and gave us the VJ, or video jockey.
¡Hey! Es Playa, MTV, yo soy Daisy.
Cuando MTV irrumpió en nuestras pantallas en 1981, estableció el término VJ, la versión de los videos musicales de los DJs de la radio.
Hola a todo el mundo, yo soy Ruth.
Yo soy Alfredo.
Y yo soy Gonzalo.
Y este es el comienzo de MTV.
Todo el mundo está tratando de adivinar cuál será el primer video que vamos a pasar.
Así que acomódense, prepárense que ya volvemos con el primero de todos, aquí en MTV.
Tenían una manera de hablar y como una gestualidad, y ahora uno pilla y en todas partes hacen igual. Y chécalos.
Hey, ¿qué tal, chavos? ¿Cómo están todos?
Como que hicieron escuela.
Como que los DJs fueran casi como rockstars.
Es dura la vida, chamacos, es dura. Es muy diferente los 90s que los DJs de ahora. Yo creo que yo la tuve mucho más fácil porque yo inventé de alguna manera ese género al lado de Ruth y Alfredo.
Tenemos la audiencia. En verdad, no éramos unos conductores de televisión.
Mi queridísimo Gonzalín, ¿con cuál te quedas?
No, yo quiero bailar.
La neta.
Luego vemos.
Gonzalo era un pinche cabrón impresionante.
Más bien era como el prototipo del joven de la década de los 90, ¿no?
Y sí, muchachones, estamos a punto de arrancar algo que promete va a estar sensacional.
Gonzalo era un deforme mental, que lo sigue siendo, usando términos que, viste, hola, bueno, mis chavos.
La Ruth, claro.
I told him, le dije que le iba a dar un beso, entonces dije, ay, yo que soy tan vergonzoso.
Es la VJ de MTV, me parece, sí, institucionalmente.
Para todos los países es Diego Armando Maradona y para acá es el Diego, ¿no?
El Diego.
Contame, ¿qué te hiciste en la cabeza?
Si alguna vez hacen un muñequito, que se con pelo de color.
Ruth viene a traer ese como glamour y ese también esa personalidad como que todo me importa, pero todo me da igual.
No, never in my life, never.
Ruth sí era como bien especial. Eso es lo más bonito de ella, creo, que es como muy ella, ¿verdad?
She has the most beautiful eyes, but I suppose you know that.
Oh, damn.
Alfredo era así, too much. Lo que pasa es que Alfredo era el más metalero, entonces yo me identificaba más con él.
Bueno, estamos de vuelta en Headbangers y la verdad es que la figura que está a mi lado habla por sí sola, así que se los presento. Ozzy Osbourne. ¡Alao, Pau!
Alfredo emanaba como un respeto distinto a los demás.
Do you understand some Spanish, guy?
No, not at all.
Not at all. You tweaking?
I know how to say mi mono and teculo. I think that means my monkey's in your hand.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Otro de los momentos muy buenos de Alfredo fue esa famosa entrevista que le hace a Michael Hutchins, que era en la hora prima, me parece, y era buenísimo porque, igual que con todos los artistas, pues Alfredo como que los tranquilizaba. Las preguntas no eran tan fuertes ni tan directas, más bien los dejaba hablar.
Last question. You lived in the 80s and you had like a very nice time. You had success. You enjoyed the whole thing. You're living in the 90s. You're still doing the
Still
NXS
alive.
thing. It's still alive, and that's nice. Are the 90s?
I'm 37.
Are you?
Yeah. You're pretty good, aren't I?
Pretty good, man. Oh, yeah.
And proud of it.
Y sigue siendo una parte integral de la personalidad del canal. Y después de 25 años, sigue siendo el trabajo más codiciado del mundo.
I think it's like the school of television for all the rebels. It's like, I see it as a school, you know. It's like if you kind of kicked out, there's a home for you. MTV. MTV's 25-year history is firmly set in music, and it's never been more clear than on MTV Unplugged, where the world's biggest band performed with no fuss and no cables. Dad, how would you handle it if one of your instruments weren't plugged in?
Listen, none of my instruments are ever plugged in. I'm the Prince of Darkness. Why should I need electricity?
Unplugged was kind of revolutionary because it enabled people to see these huge rock stars in a much more intimate setting.
I mean, Unplugged was the masterstroke, wasn't it? I mean, that was the thing, I think, that really made MTV bona fide.
There's always a massive effort made to reapproach the actual songs themselves.
It's just extraordinarily insight you get into the creativity of artists.
That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion.
Pero los Unplugged de grupos latinoamericanos no se quedaron atrás.
Ciudad de la furia nos sigue pegando abajo. Vamos a dar una vuelta al cielo para ver lo que es eterno. ¿Dónde vas, matador? Ya no el sol. Desesperación. Mentira servida, el vino y pan de cada día. Que me tapara esta noche si hace frío, que me va a curar el corazón partido. Deja que tus sueños sean olas que se van, libres como el viento en mitad del mar.
You, I will screw this song up.
What made Nirvana's Unplugged so special was that, Kurt Cobain sort of, for most people, came out of nowhere and instantly changed the face of modern music.
We passed upon the stair, spoken walls and well.
It's one example of Nirvana being very cooperative when they're on television, because usually they just mess around in a great way.
And Kurt Cobain was such an iconoclastic icon that even him just showing up somewhere, whether it's for a photo shoot or for something like Unplugged, it just had such resonance to it.
Now, it's got a poignancy that it didn't have before, but even if Kurt was still alive, that would be considered a seminal moment in Nirvana's journey.
They say truth is stranger than fiction, and MTV has proven that time and time again through their reality TV shows. And it has also created some global stars in the process.
Hoy los programas de reality abundan en la televisión, pero mucho antes de Gran Hermano fue MTV quien en 1992 reunió a 7 personas en una casa y lo llamó El Mundo Real.
I still am baffled when I watch Big Brother and I see a house and I see 24 cameras and I see a room in the middle where people go to confess things and talk about all their housemates. You know, that's exactly how the real world was. And God knows all those years ago.
I need to be grateful and nod my head to MTV for doing the real world because, I mean, that was the beginnings. And I remember being so enthralled.
You've got every show now kind of doing the same sort of structure but calling it something else.
It was one of those things where it was kind of a unique concept. Let's throw a bunch of people together and put them in a house and, you know, see what happens.
I remember Real World had just started and I got completely hooked.
Con el éxito del Mundo Real, MTV siguió con otros programas como My Super Sweet 16, que mostraba cómo vivían las chicas muy ricas y muy consentidas en Estados Unidos.
You have to have a Sweet 16 party. It's like in the rule book. I got punched in the face.
These things are compelling, and they say a lot about the state of the culture and all these sorts of things about what we're interested in and the superficial aspect to everybody's life.
I've been to so many pageants, I don't really even know how many I've been in. Every time I win, it's like an addiction. It's just a constant need.
MTV hasta refleja aspectos de series de ficción como The O.C. En Laguna Beach, una serie de reality, nos muestra la vida de la juventud afluente de Orange County.
What happens in Cabo stays in Cabo. You never hooked up with Steven? Whoa. But maybe this time they're really done.
It's pure voyeurism. For somebody who doesn't have access to that, it's giving the ultimate access.
Y MTV fue la primera en ir detrás de las cámaras para ver cómo se organiza una banda pop en Making the Band.
Dominique, let me ask you a question. Did you rehearse this in the last 3 months?
Yes.
Let's get the next group out.
MTV no solo creó estrellas, sino que llevó el concepto de los programas de reality a otro nivel, llevando a los televidentes a la casa de Ozzy Osbourne para que vieran de cerca cómo vivía.
When you involve celebrities in it as well, then it's the intrigue is a little different in that, oh, well, these are, you know, celebrities.
Who's pissed? Who pissed on my fucking carpet? That bastard fucking dog, man. I'm gonna throw it in the fucking pool.
Everybody wonders, like, you know, what's it like living in a household like that? You know, money on tap, anything you want is accessible.
Even though you're a quote-unquote celebrity, you still, in life, deal with a lot of the same issues, problems, and things that anyone else does. So I think there's a real intrigue there.
Hey, baby. I got 2 bras and 2 pairs of underwear, and it was $750.
Why don't you look at the price tag?
It's fascinating to see what really goes on in people's lives and what they really think. And even if they're idiots, it's fascinating to hear people say what they really mean.
Why are they called buffalo wings?
Baby, come on, you know it.
I don't know this.
You ever find it weird that buffaloes don't have wings?
I want to see MTV take some sort of celebrity and have them get their Chihuahua breast implants. That's what I think the next big thing is.
It's time now for a break, but stay with us as we look back at more ways MTV has been breaking the rules for the last 25 years.
You've been breaking all sorts of rules, apparently. I wouldn't trust MTV as far as I could throw them.
MTV has always loved movies, and many of its stars, from Ashton to Jessica to Tom Green, have become movie stars. So it seems right that MTV should come up with its very own movie award.
Desde 1992, los MTV Movie Awards han sido la antítesis de los Oscar. No tiene nada que ver con filmes, sino con películas. Y me refiero a las películas que les gusta a ustedes. ¿En qué otro lugar podía ganar este hombre un premio como el mejor actor?
You could have chosen the other 4 guys, but you went for a guy that is really super cool.
Los MTV Movie Awards es una fiesta monumental donde se reúnen las estrellas jóvenes del cine y de la música.
I think the MTV Movie Awards are just more rock and roll than many award shows.
The thing about MTV that's fun is they make a big joke out of the whole thing, and it's fun and silly, and
you look at pretty people, and you have a good time.
It's a place where, you know, a lot of A-list movie stars can kind of hang out with their peers. And the good thing about it is that a lot of people, you know, will make fun of themselves.
Pee your pants. What are you talking about? If you're not going to pee your pants.
I think the MTV Movie Awards are just really free-spirited, and they take things lightly, which allows them to be open to being more fun. Music and movies go hand in hand.
Throughout its 25 years, MTV has become known for having its news hounds on the scenes at key events around the world.
When Michael Jackson had his trial, MTV were there.
When Britney had her baby, MTV were there.
When I had my porridge this morning, MTV were there. For God's sakes, MTV, we're not filming the Osbournes anymore. Piss off.
Ladies and gentlemen, rock and roll.
Esas fueron las primeras palabras que se escucharon en MTV cuando debutó el 1 de agosto de 1981. Entre los videos musicales hubo otra primicia, noticias sobre el mundo del espectáculo.
We'll be covering the latest in music news coast to coast here on MTV Music Television.
It's a staple part of the foundation of what the channel is and represents.
Totally felt like it was yours and not your parents. MTV News is a news source that's specifically dialed into telling stories to a young audience in their language.
Lamentablemente, uno de los grandes artistas y compositores de esta década ha cometido suicidio en su casa de Seattle, Washington. La muerte de Kurt Cobain fue muy fuerte. Estaba yo en el estudio, por eso tenía que dar la noticia. Lo sentíamos como propio, como algo que había pasado en casa. A partir de ahí llegó el departamento de noticias.
Aunque por lo general las noticias del canal enfocan el mundo de la música y el cine, MTV está lista a lidiar con asuntos serios que nuestros televidentes quieren que reportemos.
We just started rolling on what was going on in New York, trying to inform the audience what was going on.
I was watching the MTV news rather than the NBC or CBS, whatever, because I just thought that they went deeper.
The city was thrown into chaos this morning following a series of what are being described as terrorist attacks. The explosions occurred on the London Underground network and on a London bus, causing the entire transport network to shut down.
Al igual que los ataques terroristas del 9/11 y el 7 de julio, MTV ha reportado y conmemorado las muertes de estrellas del mundo de la música.
Their news is really good.
They know for sure that this is a fact, and that's why they're reporting on it.
El mundo del espectáculo siempre ha sido una parte de MTV News. Si una estrella hace algo bueno, malo o estúpido, lo oirán aquí primero.
Hi, I'm John Norris with an MTV News brief. Well, another week, another claim against R. Kelly. Last month, Kelly pleaded not guilty to 21 counts of child pornography stemming from a videotape which Chicago authorities say depicts him having sex with a 14-year-old girl.
A través de los años, MTV News ha ido creciendo y se ha establecido alrededor del mundo.
Noticias MTV regresa del Caribe mexicano a los estudios tras la postergación de los VMA Latinoamérica tras la inminente llegada del huracán Vilma.
MTV News, tout avant tout le monde.
MTV News van vrijdag.
MTV News, Kodama Maiko desu.
Hi, I'm Sujin Park with an MTV News brief.
Who needs CNN when you've got MTV News, really?
Lo viste primero en MTV.
Of all the things MTV has become known for, perhaps the most important is the influence on pop videos. MTV took them from being something bands did if they could be bothered to something absolutely essential.
Cuando MTV se inició en 1981 fue el marco ideal para los videos musicales y transformó la tradicional experiencia auditiva de la radio en una nueva y espectacular experiencia visual.
The idea of videos was genius. You know, the idea of MTV was genius.
MTV is music videos. I think music videos weren't really popular till MTV came about.
I mean, people don't realize it nowadays because you're just inundated with so much. Back then, you know, you kind of had to wait for TV to show it.
The video thing was great because you didn't have to go on massive tours anymore. You know, you could just send a video.
If you got a video on heavy rotation, your record, instead of selling 2 million, you'd sell 22 million.
MTV created the video.
Y el canal nunca trató de evitar las controversias. Si querías ver de lo que estaba hablando la gente, MTV era el lugar donde hacerlo.
Madonna's like a prayer video. I thought the video was really weird because she was kind of kissing Jesus.
A diferencia de la radio, MTV le dio un rostro al pop.
That was the first time you could actually see your favorite pop stars, you know, in videos, moving around, singing with great costumes and beautiful lighting.
Al ir creciendo MTV, también lo hicieron los videos. En los años 90, la tendencia fue emular el estilo cargado de las películas épicas de Hollywood. El video Scream de Michael Jackson costó la asombrosa cantidad de $7 millones.
My thoughts on Scream is one of the best videos I thought was ever made. I thought it was extremely out of control, crazy for spending that much money on a video. But then again, I thought that who gives a F when you got money like them?
People were spending millions of dollars on music videos, which in hindsight just seems absurd.
Al disminuir el presupuesto, creció la creatividad y hasta agarró por sorpresa a MTV la reducción de costos.
When we first showed them Praise You, MTV America flatly refused to play it. They said this is shoddy. The American record company wanted to make another video because they said, look, MTV will not play this because it's stupid. And they ended up giving me 6 awards for it.
Out of that spurred this little underground section of video makers and filmmakers that were, you know, really going against the happy, shiny-looking videos.
The essence, the basics, without it you make.
The most important aspect of making a successful video is having a good idea for starters.
There's always been a very strong visual component to contemporary music, and MTV really just capitalized on that.
In recent years, MTV has gone from being the world's greatest music station to something more. The world's greatest music station, which makes dreams come true.
You can ask me anything you wish.
The chance to get behind the scenes as an MTV reporter.
Take a steam with E17.
One thing MTV have done, and I'm lucky to say I've been involved in a few of them over the years, is brilliant competitions.
Hi, I'm John Bon Jovi. You want a job?
Be tour manager for Bon Jovi.
Win this contest and hang out with me as much as you want and get on my nerves every day.
MTV is going to give you the chance to win the ultimate machine, a Harley-Davidson motorbike.
Tiré varios palitos, pero no me pescaron mucho.
Yo nací para presentar videos. Estoy en MTV. ¡Wow!
A través de los años, MTV ha tenido concursos maravillosos y ha dado premios que el dinero no puede comprar. Uno de los mejores fue el concurso Metallica Motherload. Se enviaron camiones a través de Europa, rumbo a las casas de 4 de los ganadores. 3 de los camiones contenían regalos maravillosos, pero solo uno de ellos transportaba a la banda.
We ended up in Holland on that afternoon. They were playing in that bar for, you know, this guy and 50 of his friends in the middle of the afternoon. It was priceless.
This has been the best day of my life after my birth.
Whoa. It was a great moment. It was a great MTV moment.
We did one, right, called Change a Miserable Life.
Ever felt you're living under a cloud?
Impressive thing I thought was just the size of the prize.
Win a makeover by an MTV stylist. Win a posh dinner with the MTV presenter of your choice. Win a cleaner once a week for a year.
Dishwasher, washing machine, 10 grand cash, everything you can imagine. But I suppose that's reflective of MTV all in all, you know, they don't do things in halves.
Now you can win your own private Caribbean retreat. One time they gave away an island. He's the king of his own island now.
Whereas another maybe more stingy network would say, we can't give away an island, you know, MTV. Well, why the heck not? Let's give away an island, you know?
MTV no solo se ha especializado en concursos increíbles, sino que también le ha dado a algunas personas afortunadas la oportunidad de realizar sus sueños de recrear los videos de sus ídolos.
I think we're gonna make TRL here.
You see these people and they go looking like all nervous and they're all insecure and they don't know what to really expect.
To all you stars out there, whatever. That's all I have to say because this is like the most fun ever.
And then at the end of it, they're all like so confident and their dreams come true and they got to spend 3 days in LA remaking their favorite music video.
For a split second, I could actually be thought of as Jennifer Lopez.
La cadena ha realizado muchos sueños, pero ¿qué hay con esas personas privilegiadas que en realidad están en MTV?
I thought
this is my ultimate show opener. I want to come out of a disco ball. And they made my dreams come true, so I have to thank MTV for putting it all together and allowing that to happen. It was great.
Over the last 25 years, lots of famous families have graced the airways. But one in particular has made a splash, a huge splash, I'd say. You know them as the Osbournes. We know them as us.
And sometimes I know them as a bright pain in the arse.
Oh, no, not me. That's cheeky.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello. Morning.
What happened was Ozzy and the kids did a Cribs. It went down so well, it was so funny, that it was one of the most requested Cribs. So they came back to us and said, what can we do with you? I'd had this idea for a long time of just letting cameras in the house because Ozzy is so funny. Initially, it was meant to be for 3 weeks that they were coming into the house. Ended up 3 years.
Sharon! The smell of success.
There was obviously a kind of chemistry between them and the camera because they are kind of natural-born performers.
I love you all. I love you more than life itself. You're all fucking mad. Everyone would stop us. People it was like crazy, you know. Our house in Los Angeles, from one end of the street to the other, was fans was everywhere, you know.
Era la primera vez que a los televidentes se les permitía ver cómo vivía una familia famosa.
It was the first kind of show whereby you took reality to a whole new level, and it wasn't just like pawns in a studio. It was an entire family with a camera crew roaming around them.
The kids are always at each other's throats fighting. You have the mother who is trying to keep everything calm in the house and organise everything and make sure everybody's happy, and the dad who just sits there going, can't work this bloody TV technology nowadays.
It's my birthday! I'm going upstairs.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, shut up!
Everyone wants to be able to talk to their parents like that.
I love you.
Fuck off.
You know, Kelly Osbourne, she's like 12, you know what I mean?
Que la familia estuviera en televisión no alteró para nada su forma de actuar.
This is a picture of his wife's. If anything, I wish that there was more that had been filmed.
And in a way, you think they're dysfunctional because they're swearing all the time. But you see that in the mayhem, there's still some order.
Please don't get drunk or get stoned tonight. I'm fucking pissed off because I can't.
Ozzy y su familia se adentraron en el corazón del público, que vio otro aspecto del príncipe de las tinieblas. El accidente de Ozzy con el quad figuró en las noticias nacionales.
Someone get back and get an ambulance.
But to have all that support from the public pouring in constantly, it was, you know, so many good vibes were coming his way, and it was such a positive thing.
Actuar en el 50º aniversario de la reina Isabel e ir a cenar a la Casa Blanca se hizo muy normal para Ozzy.
I mean, amazing scenes for MTV's first family to be, you know, at some massive White House dinner, and for the President of the United States to just name check he's there.
Ozzy Osbourne.
And he stands up and everyone just goes crazy for Ozzy.
I'll treasure the whole 3 years of our lives on tape forever. And it's the greatest gift you can ever give to any family.
Rock and roll!
Stay tuned, because coming up, we're looking at a show that gets you so close to celebrities, you can almost smell their armpits. And at the most influential TV presenter ever. I'll give you a clue. It isn't Beavis or Butthead.
Of all the shows on MTV, one has brought you closer to the stars than any other. Cribs. Everyone from Robbie Williams to Missy Elliott has given you access to their wardrobes or knicker drawers, proving that no one gains entry like MTV. Personally, I think it's a bit weird though. I mean, what idiot would let MTV snoop around their home?
Con un increíble acceso a todo, Cribs nos ha llevado a las casas de las celebridades más grandes del mundo.
Everybody has a fascination with the kind of the superstars of the world.
I love having a good nose around everybody's house.
If you're not on MTV Cribs, you ain't pimping. I saw Nelly's house. Nelly's got a plasma screen everywhere.
The setup about the TVs is that I can watch like 5 different programs.
His goldfish watch plasma screens. They don't even remember what they saw.
There's a lot of ego because you can tell they all have huge houses, huge cars.
Only person they say got more chrome than me is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's the best part about Cribs. Check out my fridge. This is how I live.
I didn't know you guys were coming over, so I don't really know what's in here.
Bullshit.
This is the gym, a.k.a. the Shaq Center.
The best cribs are always the NBA basketball players. They have the best cribs. They've always got the ones with like, they have their own basketball courts. It's just like on another level.
I had to have my signature in my floor, so that means ain't nobody else standing here unless they change the name.
My favorite Cribs has got to be Missy Elliott's.
This is my bedroom.
She's got too much money.
You got your bed, Versace, bedspread.
My favourite Cribs ever, I think, was the Red Man one, because he lived in just a really crummy apartment.
Over here is what I call Exhibit A. This is where I got my clothes and crap.
One of his mates was asleep on the couch when MTV turned out, and I just thought that was really funny.
Oh yeah, that's my cousin right there. He be knocked out over here, don't worry about him.
Hola, yo soy Paulina, and this is my new crib. Welcome. Don't say goodbye, don't turn away. It doesn't have to end today.
Y la obsesión por el fútbol en el Reino Unido dio pie a esto.
The Dungeon. The name is quite appropriate because we generally come down the stairs, lock the door, and no one is allowed to leave until they're in some sort of state.
Y el fenómeno incluso llegó al mundo virtual con una gira por la torre de Gorillaz.
Classic Cribs tradition of wealthy pop stars having their homes decorated really badly.
The Cribs crib, my prized possession.
They have a hellhole and it's full of demons and zombies and rotting food and stuff.
That is Russell. He's our drummer.
I remember seeing Russell Simmons on Cribs, number 1 crib.
Russell Simmons has an unbelievable house, and I'm just so jealous of his wife's wardrobe.
So this is my closet. It's a little bigger than Russell's closet,
to say the least.
Russell Simmons has one of these UGC cinemas in his back room. The mother of all Cribs belongs to Russell Simmons.
Since the MTV Europe Music Awards were first held in Berlin, they've gone on to become one of the most exciting events in music. Each year since, they've been held in cities right across Europe, making that city, for one night at least, the coolest place on earth.
They've still not had it in Birmingham, though. What's wrong with Birmingham? That's where I come from. Well, I come from there, and it's one of the greatest cities in the world.
No idea, Ozzy. Anyway, here's our look at the EMAs.
En noviembre de 1994, 5 años después de la caída del muro de Berlín y frente a la simbólica puerta de Brandenburgo, MTV le dio a Tom Jones la tarea de presentar un evento singularmente europeo.
Welcome to the very first ever MTV European Music Awards.
I knew it was a special thing. I'm glad that they asked me to do it.
George Michael came up from the stage and sang Freedom. And the significance was, this was the coming together of East and West Germany.
Just shows the power of music television at that point in Europe.
It's a real honor to be part of something so hot as the European music scene, even though it is colder than a well digger's ass here.
It was a huge, huge thing.
Desde entonces, los Europe Music Awards han sido presentados en una ciudad diferente todos los años, haciendo que ese fuese el mejor lugar del mundo donde estar por una sola noche.
They just bring the cities they're in alive.
It's really amazing to sit in a room and watch this whole thing unfold.
At MTV Europe Music Awards, I think, are the high standard music award of the lot.
Y finalmente en el 2002 nació el Video Music Awards Latinoamérica.
La lengua más grande del planeta.
Explícame esto.
¿Me puedes coger el premio?
¡Que viva el rock and roll!
Silencio, por favor.
Dame algo dulce, nena.
Frijoles, negros.
Ahora sí vamos a poder hablar todo lo que no hablamos.
Nos intercambiamos las camisetas.
Como de París, un serente, gente que nos emborracha en viernes. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Nadie sabe quién va a ganar porque ningún disco ha sido producido por Emilio Estefan.
¡Maradona!
Thank you. Y que se la pasen bien.
Vamos queriendo más y más. Más y más, más y más.
Con razón no tiene tiempo de regresarme las llamadas.
Porque siempre estás marcando un 800 sexo puro.
Stay with us because after the break we'll be continuing our celebration of MTV's 25th birthday, and our Aussie here, he'll be jumping out of a giant cake.
Look, I've told you, I ain't jumping out of no bloody cake for you or MTV or anybody.
You are, mate.
Okay.
One of the most successful programs on MTV's history is a makeover show with a difference. Pimp My Ride.
The idea of Pimp My Ride was sort of a very bizarre conversation. We sort of started talking and saying, what if we put $50,000 into a $500 car?
Pimp My Ride, exhibit, sexy. I'm a girl who loves cars, so what better show?
Pimp My Ride is some chavs have crap cars, they take them into someone and they make them good.
You see these kids completely just...
The funniest reactions are when the girls start crying. Girls usually only cry around me when I make them, so it was a new experience.
I like the show, and I'm down with it.
There was this one girl on Pimp My Ride that I think she had a rat in her car. It was like, I mean, it was outrageous.
There's a live rat in the car!
I was like, how the hell are they going to fix this car? And it was pretty amazing what they did.
Sometimes I can't believe what they do end up doing to the cars.
Just actually get a car and turn it into what they actually turned into was amazing. Nuts.
You can just come up with anything and everything, you know, and I'm sure if they could fit a swimming pool on the car, they would, or a jacuzzi or something.
My dream car would be a stretched Bentley with a swimming pool on the hood, full of bad bitches.
The whole show is over the top. Everything that they produce, everything that they, you know, end up with is way over the top. It's outrageous.
I feel so happy for the people who get their cars turned around like that.
You can have a car like that. It looks amazing. You park it up your drive, you wake up in the morning, especially where I'm from, wake up, gone, nicked.
It's not about cars to me, you know? I think that the show actually is about the kid at the end of the day.
Enchúlame la Máquina tuvo tanto éxito que se expandió internacionalmente con Fat Joe y Lil Jon al frente.
Pimp My Ride's international now. When you see this car, you're gonna like, I mean, just don't jump on me. Let's go.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Y Westwood se convertiría en el enchulador del Reino Unido.
As soon as Tim Westwood comes on, I break into an angry sweat.
Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. I can be in a restaurant getting my eat on, I can be in the supermarket getting my shop on, or I can even be standing at the urinal. People just ask me one question, will I pimp their ride?
In a million years, I never thought Pimp My Ride would become as successful as it has become. You know, we wish we could pimp everyone's ride.
Pimp My Ride has hit pop culture, and I mean, it's a blessing, man.
MTV has always stood up for what it believes to be right. Here's a look back at MTV doing just that.
MTV is no longer just a music channel. MTV is a voice of a generation.
Free Your Mind's a multimedia campaign by MTV to raise awareness about
critical social issues.
It is a tribute to those who are breaking down barriers and freeing people from all forms of intolerance,
political oppression, and human rights.
The person who comes up there to receive that award normally gets the biggest cheer of the whole night.
Everything we produce in-house about AIDS is offered to broadcasters around the world free of charge. So we're actually able to multiply our audience beyond even MTV.
Hello, I'm Angelina Jolie. I'm here to introduce this film and to launch Exit, an MTV campaign to end exploitation and trafficking.
When the tsunami hit on the 26th of the 12th, it was covered by every news network out there. But everyone that was covering it was only talking to government officials, teachers, ministers. There wasn't one crew out there that was talking to young people, the future of that country. So that's what we did.
This is Gideon in Indonesia.
Cyrus in India.
Sujin in Thailand.
Tim Cash in Sri Lanka.
After the tsunami.
Due to the recent events here in Asia, MTV decided to make the show into a benefit concert.
And I swear, they did it in about 2 weeks. They turned everything around.
And MTV could just be nothing but reality shows, road rules, and TRL. And the fact that there is a concerted effort to have responsible, ethical programming, I think that that's, like, MTV are worthy of having kudos given to them for that.
If MTV is 25 years old, that means it's been around longer than me, Jack, Britney, and all sorts of people.
And me.
Here's another reason why MTV is cool.
En 1988, MTV fue el canal que finalmente le dio una voz al hip hop con un programa muy singular, Yo MTV Raps.
Hip hop became the CNN of the streets. And Yo was actually the antenna that broadcast it.
It was the best thing ever on MTV, because think about it. It was the hip-hop movement on MTV. It was ridiculous.
It educated America as to what hip-hop was. It was the last time America was educated on hip-hop.
I bet to mention me in the next century. Here is one innovator in early rap poetry.
I think it was the first time that hip-hop was ever put on a mainstream outlet.
Taking a tour, wrecking the land. I keep it hardcore cause it's dope, man.
Yo MTV Rap showed a different side than just the record labels.
Yeah.
You know, it showed what people in the cities are listening to more than just what the record labels are sending into the network.
In a time when radio was kind of being a little suspect with playing our records, you know what I mean, Yo MTV Raps, they played the videos to those records, no holds barred.
All of a sudden, rap music had a face.
When Yo MTV Raps was shown in America for the first time, I guarantee every week on week the audience probably grew and grew and grew and grew.
If you were like a white suburban band, it's like all of a sudden here's NWA and then here's Ice Cube. Things that completely probably changed what you thought you could make musically.
How many brothers out there know this what I'm getting at? Who think it's wrong cause I was splitting and co-hitting that?
If you wanted to be one of the biggest, you had to come on Yo and do it.
That felt like, to me, in that particular time and place, just felt like the peak of everything. Just seemed like a lot of fun and like a real pinnacle moment for Yo MTV Raps.
The last episode, we had this incredible outpouring of MCs that just passed the mic around in one of the legendary freestyle sessions in the history of hip-hop.
Said it like this, check this here. First of all, you got Rakim. New days is dawning, new ways of performing. Brainstorming, I write, watch the night, turn the morning. Rakim passes KRS the mic. That's never been done ever. It's all for the money, KRS One! KRS! Can you believe that and agree that? True lyrics will always suffice, and real meaning rhymes equal actual life. Pass the ECMD. Now, artists that come through with the force, of course, and make the front cover of the source.
Redman was on the set.
And mad niggas and sets that'll roll up in your rest, huh? So my man to Cal, hit me now.
Method Man.
My mind's on the rhyme, ain't a damn thing funny, getting money. Plays represent, kill the fraudulent.
It's like a nice big family reunion.
That's a sad day, because now I'm getting sad. The final episode. Because like I said, it was something bigger than just being a TV show.
I think Yo MTV Raps really was the defining moment when rap music and hip-hop went from being a cult, an underground thing, to becoming mainstream.
It revolutionized the game for hip-hop culture and rap artists overall.
MTV
MTV is known for keeping you up to date with the world's biggest stars. But MTV has also created stars of its own.
MTV is probably the ideal place to launch your career, and it's made stars of people like Johnny Knoxville, obviously the Osbournes, obviously Nick Lachey, formerly of America's third favourite boy band.
In the US, you've got Tom Green, you've got Adam Sandler. Nobody realised that Adam Sandler started on MTV.
El don para la comedia que tenía Adam Sandler se dio a conocer en Remote Control de MTV, con su odioso personaje Stud Boy.
I guess he died of full moon fever. You know what I'm saying? Whose album is that? Full Moon Fever?
Right there.
Tom Petty.
MTV was a big part of my comedy, a big part of my confidence.
Y también le aportamos a la televisión matutina un impresionante desfile de símbolos sexuales, como la chica soñada por muchos, Jenny McCarthy. Y Jenny no fue la única belleza en hacerse famosa en la cadena. También lo hizo Carmen Electra.
I was hosting Singled Out, and someone, a producer, director from Baywatch, watched one of the episodes and called me in for an audition, and I got the job.
Solo MTV hubiera tenido la fe ciega de brindarle al mundo al demente de Johnny Knoxville con Jackass.
If, for example, you have a little show called Jackass where you want to injure yourself and your friends, you're going to just get global stardom because of the fact that you're an MTV show and you're a star of that show.
Is that it?
Y también había otro bromista en Ashton Kutcher.
Please.
You got 5 seconds to give him my call tags.
Don't break the glass!
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
It came to no surprise to me that Ashton Kutcher went on and got his job in movies, and of course then married to me more.
También revitalizamos las carreras de algunos de sus artistas favoritos dándole su programa.
You look at what the Newlyweds did for Jessica Simpson. It's fantastic.
Pero las estrellas más grandes en ser lanzadas por MTV tienen que ser la primera familia de la cadena, los Osbournes, ya que todos los miembros de la familia le siguieron los pasos a Ozzy y se hicieron muy conocidos.
The Osbournes has been very good for them individually.
Everything they did was headline news.
The Osbournes has become a phenomenon.
I did a show for the Queen of England, and I saw the President. I mean that show was catapulted the family into somehow else.
The Osbournes is the most successful television series in the history of MTV.
I know I only got a record deal because they thought they'd make money off the back of the Osbournes. I'm not an idiot. I'm not fucking stupid.
MTV is a great brand, a fantastic way of relaunching your career or really getting it properly started. And, people will always want to be part of it.
It's time for a break now, but stay with us for more MTV's 25th birthday.